several purposes for this flight, but it ended up the most interesting is going to smoke. The first purpose was to test. I had recently done a service bulletin which changed the stabilizer, so I wanted to check the characteristics. And that was fine. The second thing I wanted to do was test this low camera mount. That worked, but unfortunately I did not have the camera in the cockpit running, so I didn't have the narration. So what you're getting is after the fact. I also wanted to do some maneuvers again as part of testing the modified controls system, and I did several and I'll explain that. I want it in a minute. Several turns and pitch excursions because I have to develop ADS-B data to drive a program that I have that extracts pitch and roll and heading from ADS-B position and altitude. So I did several turns, which also were testing the control system after the modification. I did the turns with various couple bank angles. And then at the end, we find a pitch. But more interesting, you notice particularly over to the left, there's a little bit more smoke, and visibility generally is decreasing. At the airport, visibility was 4 miles. And after the roll sequence, we pitch up and then pitch down. And also in this case, I wanted to go into the LOR just as again as a test of the control system. After the test, it was time to get back to the airport. And looking down, I realized in the smoke, I didn't exactly know where I was, which I didn't anticipate since I knew I was very close to the airport, which I had flown out of since 2017. So this was home territory that I knew well, but I couldn't see it all as far as navigation. Of course, I had my handy GPS, so I put in Culpeper as the destination and flew in that direction. Also lowering altitude at the same time. Although I wasn't very high, I did have to bring it down to the pattern altitude, which helped the visibility somewhat. Obviously, this was already also a test of my new camera mount. Father's Day gift from my kids. And we'll soon actually be able to see the airport. In front of us. And there's the airport. So entering the downwind. runway 4. Okay, going down final. One thing, obviously, I was very conscious of the fact that I had a camera beneath the airplane, so I decided I wanted to pay special attention to have a really nice, smooth flare. So here we are, hovering just a few inches above the ground, and down we go, really smooth. And as some of you who watched some of my other videos, you know I don't necessarily always do that.